Welcome to the swamp on the campus of East Columbus High School. Jay left the friendly confines of Brunswick County for tonight's Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week as the visiting Whiteville Wolfpack have made the trip over from Whiteville to take on the host East Columbus Gators. Partner, welcome back to the table.
Welcome back, Sam. Nice to be here. I was trying to remember. I think maybe I did one game here before, but I'm not absolutely totally sure. So it's a pleasure to to come to Columbus County, and certainly going to be an interesting matchup here this evening.
Yeah, Jay, been a long time. I spent a lot of nights here as a youngster back when West Brunswick played in the Walk-A-Mall Conference with East Columbus, Whiteville, South Columbus, and a couple other Columbus County schools. But it's been a long time, and I heard it. The PA announcer welcomed everyone here tonight. You know, the East Columbus is the Gators. And they refer to their stadium as the Swamp.
Yeah, it's cool.
How cool
I like
is that?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got last year we were at South Columbus at the OK Corral, and this year we've made it over to East Columbus in the Swamp as the captains are meeting at midfield. So, Jay, an interesting start this year for the Whiteville Wolfpack. So, took one on the chin in week one against North Brunswick and then responded with a 64-62 win at home over West Brunswick. We were there for that one. And, boy, week 3, week 4, and week 5, Whiteville just steamrolled opponents. East Bladen 43-13. Rosewood beat them 41-6. And then shut out Goldsboro 56-0. It was quite the opposite for East Columbus. The Gators started the year off 0-3, but have since posted back-to-back wins, lopsided wins over Lejeune and Jones, 55-14 over Lejeune, 63-7 over Jones. So East Columbus enters tonight's contest 2-3 overall. Whiteville 4-1 overall. Jay, Whiteville, a young team, but growing up fast, aren't they, partner?
They really are. And I was looking at their numbers today, and it's so interesting to me. So as a team, they're scoring now nearly 44 points a game, and they're giving up 25.2 points per game. And you're saying, geez, that doesn't sound like Whiteville. Well, you got to look behind the numbers a little bit. Their defense gave up 106 points in the first 2 games of the year. In the last 3, they've only given up 20. So whatever was going on at the early part of the season, particularly that shootout at Whiteville, 64-62 over West, J.P. Price has kind of figured things out. And his team is playing exceptionally well defensively, and they have really been able to score at will all year long. Luke Oldham at quarterback, Amari Best, Powell, the running back, Cameron McKevian, another running back. So they got a lot of really good talent at the skill positions, and they got a lot of young players that are performing well this year too. As you see the Gators entering the field, Coach Luke Barker, as Sam said, they're off to a 2-3 start, but they got a 2-game win streak. And they're, they're scoring pretty well, 26.5 points a game. They're giving up about 25 points a game. So probably to the extent they can maybe reduce the number of points they're giving up and maybe score a little bit more, that may go a long way to what their success will be here this evening. Again, they're playing an offensive juggernaut in Whiteville and an awfully good defensive team, particularly the last 3 games that they played.
And Jay, some of the other districts around the region, take notes from our friends here in Columbus County. We got some impending rain from Hurricane Ian, and all the Mideastern Conference games were postponed to next week. Some other games in the region postponed. Columbus County said, no, we're going to get ours in. We're going to move the game up to Thursday. We're going to move kickoff up to 6:30, and we're going to play some ball. So we're almost set for the opening kickoff.
And Sam, look, you know this as well, if not better than do I. We have done games in much, much, much worse conditions than are going on here. So, again, kudos to the folks who are calling the shots here in Columbus County, and we're going to have a good weather-wise, I think. We're going to have a good game here tonight.
And Jay, Whiteville brought a little crowd over from the city, Columbus County. They brought some members of the marching band, filling up the visitors' bleachers quickly. And Jay, really the first night we've had, and it feels like football outside, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Boy, look at that wind. That was a good kick, and the wind just ate it up. And Whiteville pops it across midfield. The return man, number 16, Zay Best, all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Gators, and the Wolfpack start quick here at the Swamp.
Looked like Javari Adams maybe with a touchdown-saving tackle, so the pack, comes right out on the opening kickoff, and they're roaring.
So Whiteville will take over 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of the Gators. Luke Odom under center for the pack.
Yeah, Oldham can run and can throw. When they were playing East Bladen earlier this year, he had a 56-yard TD pass, and he had a 68-yard TD run. So he can get you both ways.
He's going to hand it off around the left side on the first snap. Number 5, Amari Best on the gain of about 5 yards. He was brought down by 24, Javari Adams, the senior linebacker. We'll give him 5 to the 30-yard line. Well, we'll give him the 29, so we'll call it 2nd and 4 here from the 29-yard line. Todd up the middle, right through the teeth of the East Columbus defense. Had a big crease, rumbled down inside the 10-yard line. Marked down at the 5, a gain of 24 yards and a Whiteville first down.
You're going to see a lot of running when you watch Whiteville. Offensively, they run the wing tee and run it to perfection.
Todd again, this
Not
time
that
around
time.
the left
Whoa.
side.
Who's that guy?
He was brought down by big number 99, Durion Sultan, the senior defensive tackle. Jay.
The Sultan of SWAT.
5'11", 391.
That is a big young man. That is a big young man, and he looked awful quick on that play.
Another handoff. That one is back to number 5, Amari Best. He was brought down by number 53, Jordan Burney. And so East Columbus fighting tough down with Whiteville deep in their red zone. It'll be 3rd and goal. Ball's at the 5-yard line.
3 tackles on the year for Burney, make it 4.
Let's make some noise.
3rd down and 5. We got a man in motion. Speed sweep around the left side. And number 21, Cameron McKevian, is in for a Whiteville touchdown. 1:49 seconds into the game. The Wolfpack strike first, but, Jay, we got a flag laying down over near the numbers at around the 5-yard line. And let's see if this one goes against the pack.
Well, the young man that scored on that play, McKevian, is an outstanding performer. We saw him earlier this year when we did the West game, and I remember you calling his name out considerably when running the football. Only a sophomore, him and Powell, number 24, 10th graders, Best and Oldham, a running back and quarterback, juniors. It looks like maybe it's going against or went against East Columbus.
Jay, he never pointed.
Kicking team still on the field.
He never pointed a direction, and it was a personal foul, so I'm assuming it's going to be assessed on the ensuing kickoff, but the touchdown stands. Extra point attempt is up. Extra point attempt is good, and with 10-11 left in the opening frame, the Wolfpack have raced out to a 7-0 lead. All right, Jay, here's the 25-yard run by Todd to set up that 1st and goal.
Boy, he just hit that hole quick, and a touchdown saving tackle by number 80, Graham.
And there's the touchdown run. McKeevan speed sweep around the left side. Todd got a great block down around the goal line, and McKeevan took it from there.
Yeah, Todd being JT Todd, and you're going to see a lot of blocking on the field tonight for Whiteville. And again, they're going to run the football. Their first game this year was a loss, and as Sam, as you predicted, they're going to, account for that penalty on this kickoff. When they lost to North Brunswick in week 1, they only rushed for 155 yards, Sam. Since then, 586 against West, 343 against East Bladen, 374 against Rosewood, 373 against Goldsboro. And one of the amazing things I think with this team is running this wing T, a lot of trickery, a lot of handing the ball off, a lot of misdirection. They don't fumble that much. They really do protect the football, do a great job on that. And J.P. Price and staff can be congratulated for that.
So it was a personal foul against East Columbus, and the ensuing kickoff after the 15 yards was marked off. The kickoff was knocked through the back of the end zone. Grayson Creech handles the kickoff duties for the Wolfpack, and East Columbus will start this drive at their own 20-yard line.
So for the Gators, right, and the Swamp here, we're at the University of Florida, right? So
that's right.
But
except green and orange instead of blue and orange.
Yeah, they played multiple players at the quarterback position, trying to see if that's 17 starting. He completed his first pass, though, Sam.
Yep. Pass was called out to the 30-yard line. 22, C.J. Waddell, the junior receiver, came down with the grab. Jay, that's Aaron Mitchell in at quarterback.
Well, Waddell, leading receiver for East Columbus. That would be catch number 21 on the season.
Wow.
284 yards, a touchdown.
21 catches through 5 games.
So they'll throw it around, will the Gators.
Boy, Jay, they're 5 wide. And very nearly intercepted by number 3, Will Fisher. But a good job by Waddell there to get in there at the last minute and knock that one away. But, Jay, on second and about a half yard, you like that play call? Gives you a chance to pick it up, the short yardage situation on third?
Absolutely. And, that ball was not far from being caught. And there was a lot of room to negotiate there if the receiver had been able to bring it in. Got some big guys out there for East Columbus.
So wide receiver screen. Jay, I think he got just enough. Gain of about 1 yard, but he did get across the 30. So I believe that's going to be enough to move the chains and give the Gators a new set of downs.
Yeah, Jaquez Smith on the reception. That would be number 10 on the year for the junior. A couple of touchdowns to boot. So looks like Aaron Mitchell, the quarterback, who has thrown for 295 yards and 3 scores, coming into tonight's game is looking pretty much on his game here tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a Wildcat snap. I believe that's number 21, Corey Beatty. Is it 21?
Check it, Sam. I think it's
24. Sorry, folks. Javari Adams, the senior, running back on the Wildcat snap. And, Jay, it was a very good gain on first down. Gain of about 5 out to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, Adams has had a couple of tackles already this evening and now averages 7.2 yards per carry when he's toting the ball.
Now Wildcat left. Another good run by Adams. He's just shy of the 40-yard line, so it'll be a 3rd and about 2 for the Gators. And Jay, especially for young teams, it's a difficult concept to understand. And boy, I've learned this a big time this fall helping coach youth football. It's hard to get kids to understand that. Say 1st and 10, getting 4 or 5 yards is a good play. You know, you get this idea that you got to score a touchdown on every play. Well, especially at high school football, you're not going to hit a home run all the time. Sometimes just putting your foot in the ground, going north to south, and getting 4 or 5 is a good play, and we've seen East Columbus do it twice on this set of downs.
Absolutely. The Gators call a timeout to kind of reset things and figure out this next play, but Sam, you're absolutely right. You can't get the first down until you get some yards on the first down, right? Generally speaking, down a distance, an awfully important part of successful football teams. And East Columbus has come out here tonight, and after giving up the early touchdown to the visitors of Whiteville, they've really don't look like they're backing down one iota.
No, Jay, and if you can put together a couple, methodical drives, burn up some game clock, you keep that potent Whiteville rushing attack off the field.
Yeah, it's a good, actually a good strategy against. Bang! Whoa!
Adams bobbled the shotgun snap and lost a couple yards, so that will back up East Columbus to the 37, and it'll be a 4th and 4.
Yeah, Sam, that was number 9 for Whiteville. Kyan Gannis, who 6'4", 235-pound senior, and wondering if maybe he had been injured, but he is certainly not injured here tonight. They're going for it. And that may prove to be.
And the ball came out, partner. It's live. It's live, and Amari Best is going to pick up the loose ball, run it in 31 yards for a defensive touchdown. The Wolfpack strike again. Jay, we do have a flag down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, let's see if the white hat will tell us what. Now we got another flag thrown. So, and J.P. Price is out on the field trying to settle things down a little bit for his team. So we'll have to get him to untangle this one, Sam.
Yeah, Jay, so I think we're going to have a block in the back that nullifies the touchdown, and then another 15-yarder on Coach Price.
Sam, I'm trying to find who's the white hat. It's the black
not
helmet.
It's not a white hat tonight. It's a black helmet. So I think if the flag was after the change of possession.
Well, foul against East Columbus.
That was the Whiteville way.
Whiteville, I'm sorry. And what else we have?
Dead ball, sideline infraction against Whiteville. So, yeah, Jay, it's the first sideline warning, so they won't mark that yardage off. The second one would result in a 15-yard penalty. So the result of the turnover stands, and it'll be Whiteville ball, but the touchdown is wiped off the board. And it'll be Whiteville football, 1st and 10, ball at about the 39-yard line of the Gators. So, Jay, 2 Whiteville possessions. One started at the 35, the second starting at the 39 of the Gators.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous game to play if you are playing with or against Whiteville. So, Sam, what was the penalty?
Looked like a block in the back of some kind on the return.
On the return, okay.
We'll see if we can get a second look at it.
I think they're still trying to figure it out. Well,
hold that thought.
The
1st and 10 Wolfpack balls at the 38. Going for the kill shot, partner. Lost a deep one to 21. He missed a wide open receiver. Cameron McKevian was wide open in the Gator secondary, and Odom's pass overthrown. And, Jay, look at the flags down here right in front of us, the East Columbus flags, how strong that wind is at Whiteville's back. Wondering if maybe that one got up in the jet stream a little bit and just a little further than Odom wanted to toss that one.
Got up in the jet stream. I like that, Sam.
like a golf shot. Maybe not quite that high, but
Let me tell you something about we'll wait after this play. Oh, gosh.
Amari Best
Best
still on his feet somehow inside the 25, down at the 24-yard line, gain of 14 yards and a Whiteville first down.
Somebody, I think it was number 80, Graham, just had a hold of his arm. And sometimes that's about as good as you're going to get if you're trying to tackle Amari Best. What I was going to say is East Columbus plays good pass defense, which shouldn't be an issue against Whiteville tonight because they don't throw that much.
Todd around the left side, diving for the pylon, ruled out of bounds just shy of the end zone. But a 23-yard run down to the 1-yard line, and Whiteville a yard away from taking a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, East Columbus has 9 team interceptions on the year, but against a team like Whiteville, who just doesn't throw that much. They can, but they don't. May not be that big a deal. This is a big deal.
Touchdown, number 8, JT Todd rumbles in from a yard out, and the Whiteville lead is increased to 13-0, 5:58 left in the opening frame. Jay Todd set this up again with a run all the way down to the 1-yard line. He was trying to do everything in his power to get inside the pylon there. But then Jay was rewarded on the next carry with a 1-yard scoring run.
Yeah, that Luke Odom making a good decision there.
Creech's extra point attempt is up and good. So just more than halfway through the opening frame, and the visiting Whiteville Wolfpack just continue their torrid offensive play with 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and I think have run about 5 plays total. So just running right through the East Columbus defense here early, and it's 14-0 Wolfpack, 5:58 left in the opening quarter.
Well, I don't know what the Vegas line was on this game. I'm confident that Whiteville came in here the favorites, okay, and it's a tall order with as well as Price has got them playing now. Like I think, as you said in the beginning, Sam, which wasn't that long ago, they got off to an uncharacteristic slow start this year with that home loss or home opener loss to North Brunswick. But turns out North Brunswick's got a pretty good team this year, so that may not have been quite as bad a loss as you think.
Well, it's hard to kick a spiral, but
yeah,
that one was just that.
Good kick coverage by the Pack.
Indeed. It was number 22, C.J. Waddell, on the return, out to about the 15-yard line. So not great starting field position on this drive for the Gators.
And that was Gannis again, this time on kick coverage with the stop. So let's see what the Gators can cook up here, right? Mitchell was throwing the ball fairly well. Then they kind of went away from that to the direct snap to Adams, and
it didn't work quite as well. Now Mitchell back in at quarterback. He's going to give it up the middle. Gannis was once again there. Boy, a heck of an individual effort. Number 7, R.J. Hester, the senior running back, picked up some hard yards, and then we got
a
flag there at the end of the play.
Also got a Whiteville player down. Which is never a good thing.
Whiteville training staff coming onto the field to check on the injured Wolfpack player. A face mask against the defense was the call on the field, so that's going to result in a first down for the Gators. The ball is going to be moved out all the way to the 31-yard line, where it's going to be a first down Gators. Of course, that's secondary right now with the injured Wolfpack defender on the field about the 15-yard line. He's being helped up. And he's a large man.
61, 51, Jaden Gore. And large indeed, 5'11", 275, junior. Coming off the field pretty much on his own power, so that's a real good sign for the Pack.
Jay, I tell you, you just see some funny things on these high school football rosters. So we got 2 C.J. Battens, same number. I'm assuming the same kid, except one is 5'10", 245, and the other's 5'11", 275.
Yeah, I went with the big one.
So we're going to get C.J. put on about 30 pounds since last year. And
boy, quick
boom,
coverage.
It's flying around the field, the Whiteville defense. And number 7, Hester, tried to get around the edge, and there was nothing there.
Yeah,
Will Fisher was the tackler.
Wicked Will Fisher coming up and making the stop now. Gosh, what great pursuit by Whiteville that time. They got some size, but boy howdy, they got some quicks too. So.
And Jay, there's an example right there. Sometimes you just got to put your shoulder down and take a no gain or maybe 1 yard gain, and you try to get the edge and end up losing 3 or 4.
Yeah, trying to make chicken soup out of
easy for me to say.
Chicken
right?
feathers sometimes is difficult, but let's see what Aaron Mitchell can come up with.
Pass was complete out across the 30-yard line. Good for about 3 yards.
It's 81 with the reception, I think. Bobby Barsh.
80.
Check it. That's Graham. And he has.
Like Jimmy Graham, number 80.
Only his second. Listen to the stat line for Graham. 13 for 22 passing for 148 yards and a score. Rushes for 18, and that would be his second reception of the season. So number 80, Aiden Graham, doing a lot of different things for Coach Barker's Gators.
Runs it, throws it, catches it. Middle screen set up to the big fella. And Will Fisher nailed him at about the 33, and the big guy rumbles out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line, gain of 6 yards, but East Columbus about 4 or 5 yards shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, Whiteville came away with the ball that time. Was that 72? For check the replay. Who received the ball? He kind of disappears in a sea of white right here.
I think it was 72.
Yeah, well, he must have lined up as an eligible receiver because I think he is lining up on this play as the right guard. Maybe we got a number change on the roster. I don't know. Okay.
So, Jay, this is a stiff wind, and East Columbus lined up to punt. I'm interested to see how this goes. Well, it's not going to go because of delay a game.
Yeah, so stiff that they couldn't get the snap
I
back.
think it was thought it was 80 who caught it.
Okay.
And
Well,
maybe I had the wrong. Yeah, it was 80.
80,
on the
okay. Well, that's
reception,
Graham.
yeah.
So, we know he knows how to catch. So, but, hey, for folks, fans of number 72, Caleb Patrick, who's an offensive lineman, I bet they like hearing his name said,
No
even
doubt.
if it was an error.
So punting into a stiff breeze. I mean, Jay, it's just hitting a wall up there. And just, hey, Caleb
look who
Patrick
recovered.
again.
He's got hands.
Downs the punt. I mean, Jay, it looked like Graham got a good boot on that, and it got about the 45-yard line and just fell straight from the sky.
The cone of secrecy came down right out of nowhere. Holy moly. Man, that's how my passes used to look, Sam. They started out 5 yards from scrimmage.
You
so
cut them
good,
through the wood.
So good, and it wasn't windy at all them days, let me tell you.
So another drive starting inside East Columbus territory for the Wolfpack. 14-0, 3:17 left in the opening frame. Odom fakes the handoff. He gets around the left side. Got a man. It's Todd. Makes the grab. Still on his feet. Inside the 30. Dropped at the 28-yard line. A gain of 19 yards and a Whiteville first down.
Number 20, Tyree Simpson on the stop that time, and that's not his first tackle this year. 14 of them coming in, a couple tackles for a loss, and four interceptions.
Ooh, we ran right by him, Jay. There was a man, let me see, 24 Adams ran right by the ball carrier as he went for the quarterback, and they handed it off inside to 21 McKeevan, and he was brought down for no gain.
That's one of the things of this wing tee. You've got to find the ball, and that's easier said than done oftentimes. Boy, if they throw the ball, they've got a great matchup down here on the right with McCollum one-on-one, and he's got a lot of size.
Adams jumps into the neutral zone. It'll be offsides against East Columbus.
Well, it's difficult to beat good teams like Whiteville if you're playing clean, but if you start making penalties, that's a formula for not success.
Handoff around the right side. Amari Best out. Oh, Jay, he's hurt.
He's
That
hurt.
ball's out.
Oh, man.
Boy, Jay, he came up lane.
Something happened.
Man. Jay, he just dropped the ball. He felt something hard. Whiteville fortunate to recover it, but that did not look good. I mean, he knew something immediately and just dropped the ball.
Yeah. Yep, staff.
Oh, boy.
Medical staff going to have to come over real quick and see what the deal is with just a brilliant running back, Amari Best, junior, 6'1", 175, and he can run through you and he can run away from you, and he's done that many times this season for the Pack, but that did not look good, Sam, going down.
No, it did not. With 2:03 left in the first quarter here at East Columbus High School. Whiteville leading 14-0. Amari Best had a first down run and then just came up lame.
They're even rolling him over very gingerly. And I'm not sure, Sam. You never speculate with things like this, particularly as it relates to the kid's health. And hopefully he's going to be okay. But, gosh, that was not a very pretty fall.
The result of the play was a first down. And right there, Jay, you see him kind of grab at his left hip.
Yeah. What would that most apt to, well, we shouldn't speculate. I don't know. Gosh, but hey, he's up, Sam.
He's up, but he's not moving real well.
He's not moving like Amari Best can move, that's for sure. But, gosh, the fact that he's walking off kind of under his own power with a noticeable limp, but you take away about 8 inches and add on about 50 pounds, that's me walking off the field right there, right? Okay, limping off the field. But hopefully he's going to be okay, and for Pack faithful, hopefully he's going to be back. Scary, though.
Definitely scary. Like a sniper got him at about the 20-yard line, and he just immediately felt it.
Like one of them gators got out and chop.
Yep.
You know?
That's what happens in the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
I like East Columbus in the swamp better than Florida.
Me too, especially today.
Handoff around the left side, all kinds of running room, really good block on the edge. This man's still on his feet, rumbling inside the 10 down near the 5-yard line, gain of about 12 yards and another Whiteville first down.
I think it was 10, Sam. Montrez Holland.
It was indeed.
6'3" junior. Running back in this situation, and maybe with Best getting the rest, we might see more of Montrez Holland.
Best getting
a rest. And in the meantime, no rest for J.T. Todd as he scores.
Second time tonight.
Yep.
J.T. Todd rumbles in from 5 yards out, and the Wolfpack have taken a 20-0 lead with a minute some change left here in the first quarter.
Well, I'd say they kind of answered that that potential problem, did they not? In 2 plays, they're in the end zone. Creech again for the kick.
Creech has been a busy man in the first quarter. Man, Jay, you know how many of those extra points I caught in the day? Hanging out back there behind the. Well, I don't know how many I actually caught, but I tracked down a lot.
I know you caught them. I know you did. What I'm more interested in is how many of them did you kick as we watch.
Look at the Holland run, Jay.
Yeah,
Watch him right here. Boom.
He got hit. Let me tell you, the Gators are coming up and laying some wood on that one. So my question is, I know you caught a lot of them, but how many did you kick? You did.
Yeah.
Don't lie to our fans.
I don't know. I probably made 30 in
There
2
you go.
years.
This kid, it's hard to get Sam to talk about himself and tell the fans and nationwide audience here on Focus that international fans, because we can go across the pond, so if you will. But
we had some excellent kickers in the Mideastern Conference in my high school days. I was not one of them. There was a young man that played at Hoggard by the name of Connor Barth.
Yeah.
He grabbed all the headlines.
I read him.
And rightfully so, which tends to happen when you kick Division I and in the NFL for 10-plus years.
Did our producer-director, Aaron Varnum, hold for him? Or okay. I just got a shout out in my ear. No, I'll clean it up for our listening, watching audience. Okay.
Jay, I'm telling you, when Connor Barth kicked the ball, particularly when he kicked off, it sounded like a gunshot.
Like a gunshot.
I mean, it was like.
Sam, you were talking about the wind 2 times now. Whiteville's not been able to. Yeah, somebody's going to have to hang on to it.
So the problem is this kicker's right-footed. He's going to have to get on the other side. There he goes.
Gabe Young figured that out real quick. Gabe
might
number
take
50.
one to the leg there if you're holding on that side.
Boy,
another big kick.
Wind behind his back, huh?
Touchback for the second time tonight.
I don't remember. Again, we've seen Whiteville play one time this year. And I don't remember them kicking the ball like this. Points after. I mean, I wonder if Preach was around then.
He played the West game.
He did? Did he kick?
Well, Jay, they scored 14 touchdowns that night. I know he kicked some of them.
Yeah, that's that was just in the first half, right?
Yeah, exactly. In the Final Four, Whiteville knocked off West 64-62. Three-pointer at the buzzer.
One of the wackiest high school football games I think I've ever seen, and a heck of a lot of fun. New quarter. No, that's Mitchell. Uh-oh, deflected. Oh, wow. 54, I think, Sam Baldwin maybe had those hands up in the air.
So incomplete pass on first down, sets up a 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Gators. Jay, before I forget, how about Miss Tamira Brown, national anthem before the game? 10th grade student at East Columbus High School. She sounded like Jay Combs singing.
No, she sounded like that Whitney Houston lady, God rest her soul. Wow, big penetration by the pack that time. That one, who's at the bottom of that pile for
54?
East? 54. That's our buddy Baldwin again. And who was carrying the ball? 3, 5? Can we see it again?
7, I believe.
7. Whoever it is wishes they'd handed that one off to somebody else. Threw a pass one time in high school to one of my best friends. He had to go high until they hit him. He came back and said, Jay, please don't do that again.
Oh, Mitchell.
Nice toss.
Oh, what a throw. Graham got to the marker for a first down for the Gators.
Nice.
But, Jay, guess what?
Oh, no.
Some laundry down at about the 23-yard line.
Man, that was a well-executed play by the Gators, particularly the quarterback, Aaron Mitchell. Nice throw, but looks like maybe coming back. I don't know.
Ineligible man downfield. Jay, I'm telling you, it's tough. I keep looking for the white hat.
Me too.
I'm finding the bike helmet.
We find the black helmet tonight, so that's okay.
It might be a good idea on this windy night, Jay, to have some protection
Well,
on the head.
Okay.
Never know what might go flying around the Hallsboro night.
Sam, I'm looking across the way. There is a pretty big crowd from Whiteville tonight.
No doubt.
Holy moly.
Well, listen, Whiteville's won their last 4 and scored about 1,000 points in the process. So a lot to get excited about for a Whiteville program that reached the 3rd round of the state playoffs. Jay,
they were pretty close last year, were they not?
Jay, listen, that
St.
was
Paul's?
a team that was good enough to win it all. And JP would probably kill me if I mention it ever again, but lost in the 3rd round by 2 points and turned it over 6 times.
Jeez, it was. Intended receiver that time was Smith, but well defended for sure and pressure that time by the Pack front on quarterback Aaron Mitchell. So going to set up a 4th and what, Sam, 15? Not a good place to be kicking from, into the wind.
No, into a stiff breeze. So stiff, in fact, that the East Columbus flags that were planted down there have fallen down.
Yeah.
Around the 45-yard line on the home sideline.
So who's
Graham handles the punting duties. And Odom, the quarterback and defensive back, also the punt returner in this case. And he might want to move up about 10 yards based on that breeze.
See if this one
good
gets
snap.
Knocked back down.
That's how you want to kick them in these conditions.
That's pretty smart heady play by Graham that time.
But it is the 4th consecutive possession in which Whiteville takes over inside East Columbus territory.
Now, normally if you were a team that liked to throw the ball, you would want to take advantage of these 22.2 seconds to go here in the first quarter with that gusty wind at your back and, toss it up there. But the Wolfpack, they make their bones on running the football, right? And not that they can't throw it, they can, but preferences out of the wing tee, we rush. He's going to take advantage.
Oh, he's got Todd. Todd leaked out all alone, still on his feet, and then wrestled down at the 23-yard line. Jay, roughing the passer?
I don't know. Flag way back.
It's in that territory.
Way back at the 45.
Back near where the ball was thrown.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find usually white hat and wait on the call.
I'd be curious. Just wait for the call. Procedure.
Nope, illegal formation.
Something.
Some kind of procedure penalty against the Wolfpack, and the ball is being marched all the way back. Boy, Todd's having a big night. He's got a catch for about 20 yards. Probably about 5 rushes for 70, 80 yards, couple touchdowns.
Yeah. 5'9" junior, $180, fullback, linebacker. I don't know if my favorite retired football coach in Brunswick County, Yogi Hickman's watching, but I'd be curious to know if Yogi ever played a game with the referee wearing a black helmet, not a white hat.
I doubt it.
Okay. Well,
So-
I'm sure we'll hear from him.
Jay, that's going to bring the first quarter to an end with the visiting Whiteville Wolfpack hanging on to a 21-0 lead over the East Columbus Gators on your Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week. And we're back for the start of the second quarter. Whiteville facing a 1st and 15 from the East Columbus 48-yard line. Give around the right side. East Columbus all over it. Ball carrier brought down for a loss of a yard. That'll set up a 2nd and 16. Tuskegee Titans held on for a big victory last week in Leesburg, Virginia against Briar Woods, Jay's grandson, Mike Nemus. And the Titans stay undefeated, right, partner?
Yeah, rivalry game tomorrow night against County High School.
Ooh, dangerous, dangerous pass. Boy, East Columbus read that one beautifully. It was 33, partner.
33 for East Columbus is Matthew George, 14 tackles on the season. And
King George just read that beautifully.
And 1 fumble recovery for Matt, a 6'1" junior, good size at 205 pounds. I don't think Whiteville has had to punt yet tonight, so this is getting close to that.
Oh! The draw play to Todd. He's fighting for yardage. Got about 7 yards. I tell you what, they executed it well, Jay, because I thought Odom had the ball still.
Yeah, you know what? For once in my life, I was looking at some film. Let's watch it again. And I've seen them run this before. And they do an outstanding job of kind of hiding that until the last minute. And then away you go running the ball.
4th and 7, ball's at the 40-yard line. Odom in the shotgun. He drops back, throws into that stiff breeze.
Oh, my God.
The pass is caught, and that's going to be enough for the first down. And, Jay, we got a flag back where Odom released the ball. Now, that's in roughing the passer territory.
Let's watch it again. You know, Odom showing a pretty good ball because that ball was probably, 25, 30 yards in the air against this, as Sam has commented several times, pretty stiff wind right in his face.
And Jay, as it turns out, it would have been a first down either way because they did get East Columbus for roughing the passer. So half the distance to the goal marked off after the catch.
Was that number 9, Gannis, with the catch?
It was indeed.
Okay, gosh, he's kind of made some good plays on both sides of the ball tonight.
It was a gainus of about 25 yards.
Tell you what, if I'm the quarterback and I'm looking out there and I see on my side at left tackle big Michael Freeman at 6'4", 285, I feel a whole lot better.
Todd up the middle.
Nice
He's going to
run.
be in. JT Todd
Jeez,
bursts through
this-
the line of scrimmage.
You know what his new
For a
name is?
touchdown.
You know what his new name is tonight?
TD Todd.
That's the 3rd one, Sam. And
Or JT, just touchdowns.
yeah, he would either way, yeah, and he would credit this offensive line. Watch the hole. Boom.
And Jay, we say it to the youth football kids all the time. You can't pitter-patter toward the line of scrimmage. You got to get it and go. And, boy, JT Todd, we need to take some clips of that and show it at practice. Oh, Creech caught that one a little fat,
Wow.
but it counts just the same.
Kicking into that wind is not a gimme.
4 for 4 extra points for Todd, and Whiteville has increased its lead to 28-0. 10.5 minutes left before halftime. Yeah, that's right. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't kick into the wind. Oh, yes, that's it. You don't pull the mask of old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
You folks in the
Focus
broadband national television audience do not realize what you're missing if you cannot hear what the whispers that we hear in our ear from Aaron Varnum.
I think Josh Turner remade that song a few years back.
That dude can sing low.
Like this.
Yeah, I love it.
I can't even get my voice that low.
What is it, that old dark train or something? I don't know. Man, that's a good song.
Oh, no, Jay wisely fell on it at about the 19-yard line. But, boy, Jay, there have been about, 50 plays between snaps and special teams, maybe 40 in this ball game, and just about every one of them went Whiteville's way. in the first half.
Isn't it funny how that seems to happen to good teams? 81,
Great.
Bobby Barsh fell on that ball that time, so they maintained possession. But yeah, isn't it funny how teams that win a lot are so lucky and good breaks and things like that? That's kind of not the way it works. They usually make their own luck.
Jay, you were a Suits fan, right? Harvey Specter?
Loved it. One of my favorite shows.
Harvey says to, what was his name? An opposing counsel, guys like you always think we're lucky. I create my own luck. Ball's on the ground, and East Columbus jumps on it, but it'll be a loss of about 4 yards.
Yeah, the Gators were lucky that time, Sam, and I don't think that would have had anything to do with the breeze in the air tonight, but I can't say for sure that it wouldn't. Yeah, I loved Suits.
Great show.
And
have you been catching up on? Have you watched the first two Chicago PD episodes?
You just took the words out of my mouth. I saw the first one. I've already recorded the second one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
9:50 left before halftime. 2nd and 15 for the Gators.
Oh,
Jay, another
another
low
bad
snap.
snap.
And that one's still
rolling
on the
around.
ground. 26 got it for the Wolfpack.
And there's
at the 5, it appears. Boy.
So the luck changed?
Yeah,
oh,
Whiteville
wow.
has again created its own luck.
Was that
26?
2-6?
Yep.
That's Gordon, it looks like. Nicholas Gordon, 6'1" senior, big kid, 230.
St. Nick. Jay, I don't know exactly what the discussion is about.
Who's discussing?
The referees right about the 5-yard line.
Probably trying to figure out. Well, I don't know. We're going to get a call. One's going over to talk to JP. And looks like Whiteville.
Oh, Jay, I think they're going to rule that East Columbus recovered it. And then Whiteville maybe knocked it out of their hands after that. It's still going to be East Columbus football at about a 3rd and 30, or 20 rather.
Well,
there's a break.
There's a break, yeah, for the Gators. 2 failed snaps in a row, though. There's a little bit of a pattern going on here that if you're a Gator fan, you're not too happy to see.
Jay, normally a question I reserve for Big Mike, but I'll ask you, how difficult is it for a team? You've played 14 minutes, you're down 4 touchdowns, not much has went right. How difficult is it to stay engaged and keep competing here?
Well, difficult, I mean, you're out there, you're trying hard, and you're not coming up with any success whatsoever. So it's easy to, football's an emotional game, and of course, a big play here, a big play there can swing that emotion to your way. But so far tonight, it has not gone the way of the East Columbus Gators.
So, Jay, what I'm confused by is the down marker over there still showing 2nd down. And it's where the ball was before that snap. So, the whole play ruled that it didn't happen. I'm just confused by the down marker on the far side of the field still showing 2nd down.
Yeah, so the board's saying one thing and the down marker's saying another, and which one trumps which? I would think on the field is the one that would prevail, and apparently it has, because the board's now 2nd and 15.
Boy, East Columbus had a redo in its pocket. This time it was a good snap, and the pass rifled over the head of the intended receiver. So incomplete pass, and Jay, now it's 3rd down.
And that was Mitchell throwing the ball, and wind behind him, and that one really took off, Sam. I always found playing, the hardest element to play in was wind.
Wind.
Yeah, cold was bad. Rain was, not so good, but wind.
Yeah, and I think wind is the unpredictability factor.
Yeah.
It's tough,
Of course, it was all tough for me 1,000 years ago.
especially for us quarterbacks.
But the wind affects you so many different ways, even down into play calling. Oh,
Oh, man, very nearly connected with his receiver, but Will Fisher was with him step for step. A good throw by Mitchell to give the receiver a chance. And now, if nothing else, Jay, at least you get to punt with the wind.
I think it was Graham was the intended receiver, number 80.
10.
Oh, 10, I'm
10,
sorry. 10,
yep.
which would be Smith, intended receiver. But, yeah, Will Fisher was running with him step for step. So the punter for East Columbus, which is who we got kicking now?
It's Graham.
That's Graham, okay. Got that wind at his back. And Whiteville, is,
Blocked, and then into the chest of his personal protector, who's brought down at about the 2-yard line. So, Jay, after all that, and overruled fumble recovery, Whiteville gets first and goal at the 1.
Yeah, we got good news. The East Columbus player is, he's getting up. He's coming off. But let's watch it again, Sam.
So the personal protector picked it up and then did good just to get out of his own end zone, and 26 there.
That's that kid Gordon again.
Gordon pumped up. St. Nick Gordon.
Special teams play, huh?
Jay, did you see the Miami Dolphins punter punted off his personal protectors behind Sunday?
I heard about it. I did not see it, but yeah, I heard about it.
That play kind of had shades of that, except it was blocked by a Whiteville player, and then an East Columbus player took it off the chest, and it carried him back into the Gators' end zone, and a
score
touchdown by the Whiteville Wolfpack. And then he threw the ball into the chest of the East Columbus defender, and nobody saw it.
Yeah, not a lot of love going on there.
Yeah.
With Sam, how do you pronounce 24's name?
Nalejim Powell,
who's only a 10th grader, by the way. Wow. The rich get richer, huh, with running backs?
So 34-0 with 9:09 left in the second quarter. Creech knocks that one through. He's 5 for 5 on point after tries tonight, and the Wolfpack have a 35-0 lead.
With a fair amount of time left here in the second quarter at the Swamp, which is not the least bit swampy here tonight. We are bragging, not complaining.
This is the frozen tundra.
Yeah.
Or the windy tundra.
The windy tundra for sure, yeah. Absolutely. So the Gators had come in here, as you mentioned earlier, Sam, an 0-3 start, losses to Wilson Prep, Hobton, and West Bladen, but they turn it around against Lejeune and Jones. So a 2-game winning streak for Luke Barker's squad. And Whiteville was on a 4-game win streak after that opening loss to North Brunswick, defeating West Brunswick, East Bladen, Rosewood, and Goldsboro.
So, Jay, this begs the question, how good is North?
Pretty good. We saw a little bit of that last week against Laney, did we not?
Oh, boy.
Onside kick?
No, well, it wasn't. It was a pooch kick.
It turned out to be.
And the way East Columbus has its return team set up, they've got all 9 about 15 yards from the ball and then 2 deep. Well, Creech put it in the middle of all of them. It had some backspin, checked up. Whiteville jumps on the loose ball, and the Wolfpack take over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Sam, I didn't catch who recovered on that one.
I didn't either, partner.
But it was certainly a
white jersey.
A white jersey, yeah. They were all around the ball. So, wow. Excellent play by the, again, special teams unit of the Wolfpack of Whiteville.
Approaching. Oh, and then Whiteville snaps it over Odom's head, and he falls on it.
Well, the
way
smart
back
play.
at the 46-yard line. Jay, that is a loss of 21 yards. It'll set up a 2nd and 31.
Yeah, biggest defensive play of the night
Boy,
for
this has turned into a bloopers tape.
yeah, East Columbus. But wow, I'm impressed with the heady presence of the junior quarterback, Luke
Yep.
Odom, right? So
Odom, I believe.
Odom to have the wherewithal of not making things worse, just getting possession of the ball. And there's a good defensive stop by the Gators.
Here come the Gators.
Look at that big guy there. What number is that? 99. That's Salton. That's right. You called him out earlier. 391 pounds of him, Sam.
Dorian Sultan. The Sultan of SWAT.
Yeah. So need another big play from the big man here to try to force Whiteville to punt.
3rd and 32. Odom's going to drop back, rolls out to his right. Now he's just going to tuck it and run. And Jay's got a whole lot of running room and then runs through a defender, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So how about that, Jay? You gain 22 yards on 3rd down, and you're still 10 yards shy of the line to gain.
Well, let me tell you, he took him head on, too. And I hoped I had said earlier in the game that Oldham can run and he can throw. And that time you saw some good pass defense by East, which forced the quarterback to run the football, which he did quite well.
So 4th and 10, ball's at the 33-yard line of the Gators. Man in motion. Odom fakes the handoff, rolls out right. Got a man dragging across the field. He's wide open. A 33-yard touchdown pass to number 12, D.J. Shipman. And the Wolfpack have a 41-0 lead. 7:05 left in the first half.
Just got finished kind of saluting the pass defense of the Gators, but on that play, Shipman broke wide open, and Odom just threw a strike to him. Preaches point after a little chip shot, Sam, is good.
Up and good, 42-0. Whiteville leads. Jay, check out this. Odom rolls out to his right, finds the man on the waggle. DJ Shipman all alone, 33-yard touchdown strike, and the Wolfpack howling. 42-point lead here, not even to the midway point of the 2nd quarter. So, Jay, we're at the running clock point, but can that start in the first half?
I thought it couldn't. I thought that it was had to be. You had to play the first 2 quarters before you would be able to utilize a running clock. And of course, you need the 40-point margin, or is it 42?
42, I believe,
yeah, so
high school football.
So if Whiteville could keep East off the board for the remainder of this half, then at the beginning of the second half, the 3rd quarter, I think we would see a running clock. Let's see how far Creech kicks this one into the wind. Darn.
And East Columbus moved everyone up.
Oh. If he Waddle maybe, hopefully for East, got away with one there because I thought he touched it, but the flag came out, which indicates that kick goes out of bounds, so there'll be a penalty assessed, bringing the ball out to the, 35-yard line, Sam, to start this one.
Yep.
The decisiveness of my play-by-play partner is sometimes overwhelming.
So 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
The Braves play tonight?
Off.
Okay.
1-game deficit.
Well, big series starts tomorrow night, right?
Yeah. Welcome the Mets to Truist Park in Atlanta. As the National League East comes down to the wire. DeGrom against Fried tomorrow night. Mets have a 1-game lead.
Okay, pass intended that time for number 10, Jacquez Smith. Smith not able to bring it in, although he's been pretty capable thus far during the season. 9 coming into this evening's contest, and I think he had 1 or 2 catches already tonight. So Mitchell getting his directions from the sideline. Luke Barker, head coach here at East Columbus.
Gators trailing by 42, 6:58 left.
Yeah, unless you got a 42-point play, you just kind of whittle away at this, and that's not kind of how you want to do it.
Loss of about 7 yards back to the 28-yard line. We'll set up at 3rd and 17.
Yeah, some difficulties, to say the least, tonight for the Gators in just executing the, the short snap, if you will. That's at least the 3rd time in the second quarter in which they haven't been able to really do that the way they're capable of doing it. Doesn't help when you got all those guys in white shirts, right?
Look at 55.
Staring at you. Yeah,
55 for the Pack.
5'5" is Marlowe. That just is a menacing sounding name,
Man in motion. Whiteville defense adjust accordingly. Good shotgun snap this time. There's a deep ball over the heads of everyone, and it falls to the turf incomplete, setting up a 4th and 17.
Yeah, Smith intended, and Will Fisher, who has had a pretty good game defending against the pass here this evening. Only a sophomore. There are a bunch of sophomores, 10th graders, on this Whiteville Wolfpack team, and Coach Price, way back at the banquet, didn't he? At the Bash at the Beach banquet, was saying, well, we're young and we got to get some reps and we got to do this and we got to do that. And
well, they did this.
Yeah, it looks like that. It looks like they're doing this and that quite well. Got it. This one away.
Good kick that time. Caught on one bounce by Odom, and he's run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, where the Wolfpack will take over 1st and 10. Boy, Graham can kick it, man.
They got that one up in the air that time and got a pretty good spiral on it, and
turned over.
Odom,
good bounce.
Nice little return. Wow, how many times you see your quarterback returning kicks, right? So.
High school football, baby.
Yeah, play your best, right? Play your best 11 and on either side of the ball, right?
Where are we next week, partner? Where am I next week? At South Brunswick, as the Cougars will take on the opponents.
Wow.
Around the right side, all kinds of running room. Ball carrier slung down at the 46-yard line, a gain of 15 yards and a Whiteville 1st down.
So 16, that's Zay Best, another one of those 10th graders for Whiteville. And I think the tackle was by Adams that time, 2-4. But another 1st down for the Wolfpack.
Ashley at South Brunswick next week, partner.
Okay. Ashley can move the ball, and so can South.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
12-yard gain and another 1st down for the Pack.
Bobby Barsh with the kind of bear hug stop that time, but not before big gain by Powell.
Jay's the old adage, low man wins. Did you say that applies in football in most cases?
That's the way I was taught. Wow, another solid. Wow, look at that run. You wouldn't know that Whiteville, and that's Powell again on the carry. 42 points ahead. The way he's running the ball, you'd think they were 42 points behind.
Jay, this is kind of goes without saying, but what a job Coach Price has done at Whiteville. I mean, just a rock-solid program.
Year in, year out. Bang. Oh, good tackle.
That was Holland on the carry, and now they're going to get 75 for Whiteville for a personal foul.
And who was that on the stop? Is that 20? Tyree Simpson from his defensive back position with a real good tackle. And we've got a flag on the field, and you think it may be going against Whiteville.
Yeah, and Jay, I'm not sure about it. It was an offensive lineman driving a defender about 20 yards down the field, and then, you know, kind of polished him off there at the end, but it was well down the field and after the play, so maybe earned that one.
We need to mic him. I think he has interesting things to say.
Yeah, and he never wants to point to the side that the penalty was called on, but that's okay. So the first down is negated, and Jay, that's a dead ball personal foul penalty, and so that sets up a – wait, wouldn't the result of the play stand and it would be 1st and 10 but marked off 15 yards back?
Sam, you are the rules expert, but I hear support in this breast box of your theory on that, and the officials are now going to huddle up and try to straighten this out.
Yeah, so, Jay, it just depends on if it was a live ball penalty or not. If it was a dead ball penalty and he got tackled at the 30, it'd be 1st and 10 and then marked back 15 yards. So, by my count, it should be 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Well, I'm betting on your count because you're pretty darn good at that.
What it can't be is 1st and 14.
Can't be that. Impossible to be that mathematically or whatever. Well, I don't know, Sam. Well, okay, we're going to come over and talk to coaches. So.
1st and 10 at the 45.
No, we're not. I'm not talking
there
to anybody.
There we go.
And the lead official's talking again, and unfortunately we can't hear him.
He's got a mic in that helmet.
Needs that. Well, he just blew the whistle to start running that clock. Look how tightly they're bunched. Oh, my gosh.
Around the right side, a whole lot of running room, but a good tackle there in the middle of the defense. 81-61.
Mintz.
Big Mintz.
Bryson Mintz. And that was a fine tackle because it looked like number 16, Zay Best, could have gone a little further. Really punched in close on that. Oh, boy. Bounce it outside. Gets away.
Still on his feet.
1, 2.
Finally wrestled out of bounds.
And that's Powell, another 10th grader. I'm sure I've said that before, but it's one thing to, youngsters get shots early in varsity, but to perform at the level that these youngsters are, these 10th graders are for the Whiteville is pretty special.
Another big running lane around the right side, gain of about 8 yards as the game clock approaches the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter.
Number 65, Jacob Collins from that offensive line position, and we salute the lineman in honor of Big Mike, who's not here with us this evening. our sideline reporter extraordinaire, who does a great job watching the lineman.
Holland around the left side, getting
close
down there to the end zone, but ruled down at the 1.
Montrez Holland doing his thing.
And does his thing well.
Well, here's the thing. Does Oldham reward him for that run? Looks maybe not. Oh, stopped.
Nailed at the goal line. Oh, nope, he's in. Far
he's
side official rules that he is across the goal line for a Whiteville touchdown. 2:35 left before halftime, and the Wolfpack have a 48-0 lead.
Sam, that was 24, I believe.
Indeed.
Powell with the score.
Acknowledge him.
So he has scored now 2 touchdowns this evening.
Creech trying to make it a perfect 7 for 7.
Banged it through.
Little 9-iron, and it's good. 49-0, 2:35 left in the first half.
That's a big lead, Sam Hickman.
Insurmountable?
Well, likely because I believe we'll see that running clock begin the second half, and as you know, we've covered a couple of games with that running half, and it is amazing how fast it can run.
Yep, it goes quick.
So I think East Columbus would need some clock, a lot of it maybe, to move the ball against what is tonight at least a very formidable Wolfpack defense.
Jay, it's just really tough for these young men. Clearly overmatched. Jay, the last 2 times these teams have played Whiteville at 6 quarters, and they've outscored them 111-0.
Gosh.
That's tough.
That's a that's a beatdown for sure.
A couple of them.
But things, you could go into the half feeling a whole bunch better if maybe you could break one and special teams play, return this kick for a score, or at least get you in position to maybe take a couple shots with 2:35 to go.
.235 left before the halftime break. Creech bangs that one deep. Fielded cleanly this time by the Gators. And the return man brought down at the 27-yard line. And, Jay, I believe that might be the best starting field position of the night for the Gators here at the Swamp.
They've struggled. 12, DJ Simpson, 23, Brooks Frazier in on kick coverage stops that time for the Pack. So 2:29 to go here in quarter 2, and East Columbus trailing by 49. Now I wonder if this is the time where Coach Price will start putting some of the the reserves in, kids that don't get as many first down rep or first play reps, first team reps. I'm sorry. Kind of picked up what, 5 that time maybe, Sam?
No, about 7 or 8.
7 or 8, that much? Okay. I think that was that 2-4, I believe that's Adams on the carry that time, so that's a positive beginning of this drive for sure.
Here comes Adams around the right side. Jay still on his feet. Biggest play of the night for the Gators. Out to the 49-yard line, a gain of about 14 yards and an East Columbus first down.
Well, there you go. Some wildcat action by number 24, Javari Adams. He's rushed for 159 yards before tonight, and he breaks a tackle there. Another one there, and drags a couple of Wolfpack defenders out of bounds. Some nice run by the senior. And a flag is on the field. Oh, my.
We'll turn our attention to the black helmet.
And there's some discussion from the East Columbus sideline with at least one of the officials. On who? Sam, you think maybe? officials timeout, having the coach, I'm assuming that's Luke Barker, that's going to go out on the field and talk to the head referee. Sam, every time he comes over, he being the lead official, I'm thinking it's a hockey game because, you know, they wear helmets, the officials do, and he's skating over to the bench to tell us what the call was, but we don't know what the call was. You can you can see a lot of discussion going on, and you can see a not so happy.
A lot of disgust on the face of Coach Barker.
Yeah, not too happy is Coach Barker. So I got a feeling this ball's going to move, maybe backwards if you are a Gator fan.
So, Jay, that 14-yard run, and then you lose 15 on the unsportsmanlike call.
Gosh.
So we got one ref with goggles, another with a helmet.
They kind of were expecting a hurricane tonight, so I don't know if that attire has anything to do with it. But
First and 30 or something. I don't know.
Yep, 1st and 25. Mitchell's going to drop back. He's going to throw the go route again. I tell you, Will Fisher's getting his steps in tonight.
He sure is.
And he's got them covered out there.
They keep sending, they being East Columbus, keep sending wide receivers down the field. That time it was C.J. Waddle who was trying to get behind Mr. Fisher, but to no avail. So second and, again, a long way to go, Sam.
Oh, boy. 1:29 left before the break. 49-0, Whiteville leads. 2nd and 25. Handoff around the left side. Ball carrier brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of about 3 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 28.
Son of a gun, I believe that tackle, maybe it was 9, which would be Gannis. I thought for a minute it was J.T. Todd or T.D. Todd, whatever we're calling him tonight.
Jay, the problem with the one-sided games with 1A and 2A schools is you don't have a lot of reserves to put in.
Yeah, good point,
look
Sam.
over at Whiteville sideline. There's 11 on the field and only about 10, 12
left, yeah.
on the bench.
Man,
so
that's a real good observation on your part. Wow. Lots of white-shirted defenders around the receiver that time.
So the most interesting storyline left in the first half is will they just let this clock run out and roll right into halftime?
I think strategically that might be and tactically that might be well advised. By the way, who was that guy blowing in before? It was 64. Sean Grant, I think, put a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, Jay, I think all parties, officials, Whiteville and East Columbus, going to be content with letting the first half clock runs out. It does. We're at the halftime break on your Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week. Whiteville leading East Columbus 49-0. We'll be back for the second half. Welcome back to the Swamp on the campus of East Columbus High School. We're back with you on the Focus Broadband TV Game of the Week for the second half. Partner, it was all Whiteville Wolfpack in the opening 24 minutes. And, Jay, those 24 minutes were going to take a lot longer than the 24 minutes we're about to experience, right, of game action.
Yeah, we're going to go into the running clock mode, if you will. And I think what stops the clock, Sam?
Timeouts, injuries, and that's it.
That's pretty much
and
it.
the quarter change.
Yeah, so, folks that are watching at home, don't turn away too quick because
oh, Jay, that's a live ball.
Yeah, you got to pick that one up.
Nobody back there to block. Not a
They're not even moving, man.
Yeah. Well, not a auspicious beginning of the second half for the home team, right? And it's tough.
Jay, if I can interject real quick. So the state, North Carolina High School Athletic Association, implements the running clock. In this case, it's 49-0 at halftime. No reason to stop the clock on incomplete passes or if a running back goes out of bounds. If there was no running clock, some of these one-sided games could get into the 60, 70, 80, 90 to nothing range. So it's just a way of speeding things up in the second half and saving any high school athletes further embarrassment. A good rule, really.
Well,
if you ask me, wouldn't you agree, partner?
Oh, absolutely. And I think they also do it, for safety, if you will. I mean, some things can happen out there, and why take the risk? Why take the chance? So it's a fairly dominant one-sided game such as this one. Let's get the kids in and out of here as quickly and as safely and as possible. And
yep, and some poor weather coming up, Jay. So
yeah.
Not that that's part of the equation, but even more reason to expedite things in the second half. And Jay, I do have to tell you, I saw coming out of the break on the sidelines right before the opening kickoff of the second half, Coach Luke Barker of East Columbus, he's still coaching them up down there, and the East Columbus kids are still competing, still fighting. So that's got to be a good sign if you're Coach Barker.
Well, and that's exactly what you got to do. Sometimes when you're watching, wow, that's a big-time hit by someone. Who was that, Sam?
That was
6?
Odom.
Yeah.
The quarterback.
It's one thing to watch a team on film